Hello friends, welcome to another vue3 video. In today's video, I am continuing the video streaming API. So in the previous video, we were talking about the integration of the APIs to the front end, and I have done like 3 APIs here, you can see. And now we are going to add that to the store for further manipulation. So we have to add that to the store and then use that in the components. So let's go ahead and do that. So I have added the APIs into the store. Now we can use that in the home and the other parts of the component. So let's go ahead and open the main view or home view, and let's use this store there. So for that I have to import the store here, and then I have to connect the things, the API here. So let's open up the store so that you can see that. Okay, so we can import the store here. Import use main store from @stores main store. Okay, so we have imported that, and then we can assign that to a constant main store, or I can use store because there's like not many stores here. We can use multiple stores. We have connected the store, and then we can actually call that API, but I want to do that on a hook. So Vue has this lifecycle hooks, so we are using one of that now. So the lifecycle hook that I want to use is on mounted. So this happens when a component is mounted, so we can use that to trigger the calling of the API here. So I will use on mounted, and then inside of that on mounted hook I will call the API here, store.get file list API. So that is our call. So here when the home view gets mounted, it will call the API. So let's check if that's the case. So here I have my console, so I'll go to the network, clear everything, and then reload that. So here we can see that the API has been called, so there is some issues. So it's 500. DBS is not defined. That's strange. Let's go and check the server code. So here, okay, I would make a new YouTube. This is the server code. So DBS is not defined. That's the error that I found. So let's check where we defined the DBS. So yes, I actually haven't defined, I'm sorry, DBS. I actually used DBS here, so let's get rid of that S. So I think it should work now. So let's reload, and we still have, oh yeah, I have to reload the server also. So here I can reload the server, and then let's, oh yeah, here, so we get the API call and we get a Banjo file which we uploaded earlier. So we have this API returning the list of the files. Now we can go ahead and make a component to show these files as a list. So that is what I'm going to do here. So and I will be fast forwarding the template part, and I will only show the view part because this is getting so long. So I will be only dealing with the view part from now onwards. So let me go ahead and create the component, and let's have a look at it after I'm done. Okay, now that we have done the API, we can make a component to show the card. So I'm going ahead and making a component called video card, where I can use that to display a video thumbnail in the front end. So I'm going to create that. So I will be using a template tag, and then I will have a script tag, script. So here I'm going to create the HTML and CSS, and then we can actually have a look at the script. So I will fast forward that. So I have copy pasted the structure of the video card, and then we can go ahead and apply that to home view. Let's see how that would look. And here in the template we can have something that we can have a div which incorporates everything, so like div, and then here we can actually have a class of flex. So let's import the video card here, and so for that let's import the video card. Import video card from @components video card dot view. Then we can use this to loop through the file list. So we have a file list here in the store, so we can use that to loop through. So for that we can describe the video card, then we can loop through that using v4 files in store.file list, and here we should see something in the front end. So let's reload, and we have an error. Let's look at what happened. Ambiguous indirect export video card. Okay, so let's see what it is all about. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't have to use the square bracket, the curly brackets, that's the issue. So here let's see once again how it, yeah, so we are not seeing anything, so that's a bit strange. So when we have, let's see if we are getting an object. Yes, there is the object, and then it should be displaying here. So let's have a look what is happening. So in the body there is, this is the, and it has nothing. So let's see what's going on. Okay, so we have to pass the video files to here in the video card, and then use that to display the video. So we are going to do that here. So now we can pass the video file to the video card, but before that I would like to define some types. So I would be making a types.ts file, and then inside of that I would define a interface file, video file, and the video file would have these properties, and I would like to check that. So this is the video file that we get from the server. So it has an ID, a file name, a duration, and 2 boolean values. So this is supposed to be boolean, but as I explained earlier, I am keeping this as integer because of the SQLite 3 issue. So here I would add ID, and it would be a number, and then it would be file name, duration. So file name would be string, so duration would be a duration, I think it is sent as a string also, so we can use string. And then we have isFab and isDel, so both of them are also number. isDel is fab. Number. Okay, so we have the interface, and then you know there is something that I want to tackle here earlier. So I'm using vue 3.3. so up until vue 3.3, vue does not support importing the types from a different file and passing it as a to the props, but from 3.3 onwards we can do that. So I will import the type here. So import type video file, type video file, type video file from the types, and I will define a prop here. Props equal to define props, and in the define props I can assign the type here, video file as the type here. So I would make it caps so that we can know like it's a type video file. So video file. So I have defined the prop. We have defined a type here and used it as a props. this only works after only works for view greater than 3.3. I don't know what happened there, sorry. So it only works for view 3.3, and then what I would like to do is plug up different values here so that we can display that. Before that, I would like to pass the video file to this video card. So video, that would be a video file, and files, that would be files. So here I would also define a key as files. Okay, so this is passed as a prop, a video file, and inside of this we get a video file, and we can pass different attributes of that video file to here. So first of all, I would like to pass the value of the image, but since I don't have an image, I would use the file name as the image name, but I need to replace the MP4 and make it a JPEG. So that is what I'm going to do here. So for that, I would need another property of view, that is computed properties. So we are going to import computed from view, and we are going to define a computed property. So that would be file source. So that would be a computed property, and here we are going to replace the MP4 from the file name and add a URL there. So image file equal to props dot video file dot file name dot replace, and it would be MP4, and I would turn that to JPEG, so JPG, and then I would return it as a URL, so that for that we need the base URL. So we need to import the base URL from the base URL. So we need to define the base URL at first. So for that I would make a global file. So let me go ahead and create that. So I think we can make it inside the services. If you go and look at the API, I think we have the URL here. Yes. So I could, instead of defining the URL here, I could make it a global file and can import and export from there. So I would make that. So I would have a global.ts file, and then inside of that global.ts file I would have this URL. So I would define the URL here, export const URL equal to HTTP. So we can usually pass this through environment variables. That is what we would do in a production situation, but here this is fine. So I would import that URL from /global.ts. Okay, so we can import that, and we can import the same here also, so that we can use that variable as the base, and then add assets images, that is the path that we want to append to the file name, plus image file. So this is the file source which we would use as a source for the image. So as a source, and then here file source. So I guess this should work. So let's see. Okay, there is some issue here. Yeah, it's because, you know, I'm trying to import it from here, but that doesn't work. So @services/global, that should work. Okay, so oh yeah, it's because I haven't put view in brackets. Maybe that's the reason. Yeah, that was the reason. So very silly reason. So here we can look at the components, and then we can check if everything is loaded properly. So still I can see anything, so let's check what is happening. Oh, okay, we are not returning these things, and that's one of the mistakes that we did. So file list, fav file list, and trashed file list. Unfortunately, if you don't do this, Vue won't tell you what's happening. So you should return from the store, otherwise this weird bug should happen. You would not see anything, and you would say, yeah, there is some error, props.video file is undefined. Okay, so let's see what the props is. So here we can see in the Vue dev tools, we can see what are the props. Okay, I have to pass it as duration, file name, ID. So I won't do that. Instead I would define it in a different way. So here where is the video card? Okay, so we can go to the video card and redefine the props there. So here we can have an interface props, and inside of that we can give the prop as video file of the type video file. And then we can pass this as the props. So now it should pass the whole video file. Yeah, I think we cannot put a hyphen there, sorry. So here now we have the props. Now why is it still showing the same props? There is an error. Yeah, okay. So since we have defined here as video file, we have to change that, unfortunately. So video file Now it should work. No, props.video file is undefined because we are not passing it as video file. So let's go to home view and pass it as a video file instead of video hyphen file. Okay, now it should have that thing. Yeah, so finally we have the video card, but it's not showing anything because it cannot get the images. Okay, so there's some issues with the server, so we can debug that. Okay, so can get assets images. So let's see the server code for that, and here we have two videos and okay, so we have to provide the image files from here, so we are going to do that. Okay, so now we have to get the images or serve the images from the server. So I will go ahead and add the assets folder as a static folder. So here I would add that as a static folder. So assets as static folder. So for that, express.static assets. I think that should do the trick. So here you can see that the image is already there, but when we uploaded the video, it will convert that and store it in assets images. So that's there. So we can reload the server, and then hopefully it will work. Yeah, so the image is there, so it works. So let's upload a couple of images, a couple of videos, and then test it out. So I have this videos here, and there is an issue, I think. Okay, there is some issues with the so I think that should do the trick. Let's try it again. So with this code we can show the videos, and now we have to make an API to play the videos. So that's what I'm going to do next. So we can get the videos, and here there is something I need to do also, because I am importing a heart icon, but that's not here. So I can actually have the icon here. So I would copy the icon. The file name would be icon heart dot view, and in that I can paste the code to show. Let's see. Oh no, we have to import that. So import icon hot from @components icons icon hot dot view. Yeah, so hot icon is there, and then we need to have the trash icon also, I think. Yeah, the trash icon is there, but I haven't imported it, that's why it's not showing. So import icon trash from @components icons icon trash dot view, and it should show up. Yeah, so we have an icon to trash the file and an icon to like the file, so add that to the favorites. So here I would make it like this, so this should look good. We have a card view here, and now we are going to add the other functionalities.